Welcome to the Corner Store Podcast, where real conversations meet real opinions. Before we get started, we want to remind our viewers and listeners that all opinions shared tonight are those of the host and guest in their personal capacity. They do not reflect the views, positions, or policies of their employers, affiliated organizations, businesses, or any other entities they may be connected to. Everything discussed on this platform is strictly opinion-based and intended for conversation, community engagement, and open dialogue. With that being said, sit back, relax, and stay engaged as we take you inside the Corner Store. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and invite somebody into the conversation. The door is open. Let's get into it.
Hey, welcome to the Corner Store, and we're back with another episode where we're going to be chopping it up tonight, bringing in some latest topics, trending topics, the latest in news, the latest obituaries coming up, all that good stuff. And we're going to talk about red card, yellow card, yo card, no card. But before we do all of that, I'm going to bring up the cast. We have Slick, Micah, Edmund. What's going on, guys?
What up, man?
Another Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Another
yes,
Sunday,
sir.
guys. Another Sunday. Welcome to the Corner Store. It's just us. We may not be as beautiful as we were the previous weeks because Pretty Smart isn't here, but we will be just as intelligent and, a little rough around the edges and hold it down for the ladies tonight. So, ladies, if y'all are watching, peace and love. Hopefully see y'all on the next episode.
Y'all getting docked. Y'all getting docked to paycheck.
Yeah. Well, what should we dock them, dog?
I don't know, man. Take their PTO or something.
I think we need to look at that wardrobe budget, bro, because every time they come on, the hair, the makeup, the outfits are fresh. I mean,
I don't understand how they
come
get
on
hair,
like we just
makeup,
got out the
and
bed.
the travel budget.
Right. Man, part-time employees.
Part-time. Well, we got her from Snelling or Randstad.
Hey, we got to work on that temp service, man.
Yeah, might have to find a new temp service, man. But, man, speaking of temp service, man, 71 years is definitely not a temporary lifespan. But Lindsey Graham that passed away within the last several hours, and every other post, every other podcast, I mean, all the main news stations are talking about Lindsey Graham. When we think of Lindsey Graham, or you think of Lindsey Graham, what will he be known for? What is his legacy? What does his dash remind us all of?
Survival.
And I'll throw it out there to any of y'all.
I'm gonna start. He's a survivalist, man. That guy had the ability to. It's almost like he whatever was the popular wave, Lindsey seemed like he was on the front seat. He was on the front seat. He never went against the grain of popularity. And I was disappointed in that. Like Lindsey was a guy that always. He started off, he's been there 70-something years. He's been there my whole life. So he's been there 30 plus years, but he's been there pretty much my whole adult life. And he's been a good politician for Republicans. And then he had some principles that he was standing on. And then he switched. And then he started going a different direction. And when he did that, to me, I lost respect for him. I didn't shed any tears this morning.
Well, I would just say for me, Lindsey Graham, to believe it or not, I used to actually like Lindsey Graham, to be quite honest. Lindsey Graham, to me, was at one time in that vein of John McCain and others who, was a Republican at the end of the day. But he had principles and he stood for what was right. He tried to work across the aisle with Democrats to get things done. And he stood the test of time until we got into this new era. and you can actually even chart his evolution to the current Lindsey Graham, because he was a staunch critic of the current president the first time around, where he stated everything that we know this president to be, but then he switched course and he flip-flopped on a lot of things. But I don't pounce on anybody during death, and I disagreed with him, especially in the latter part of life. But at the end of the day, may God bless his soul, and I don't have a heaven or hell to put him in. But rest in peace, Mr. Lindsey Graham. That's all I'll say at this time.
Yeah, I think he's one of those people that's going to have a complicated legacy to kind of unpack. Definitely condolences to his family, friends, and those who loved him. But I think it's going to be a complicated legacy to unpack. Then I think it's going to be heavily based on when you started following politics and when you started following him specifically. Because like Roderick said and like Edmund said, when he switched, they'll probably have a way more negative view of his policy making and his career than people who kind of follow him before then. But like Edmund said, and definitely respect to him, his family, and may he rest in peace.
Yeah, I totally agree. Me and Roger was kind of talking before the show, and I actually like Lindsey Graham as well. When him and John McCain were neck and neck on policies and all of that, but to me, money corrupts a lot of good intentions, and it seems like he became more of a grifter and chased popularity, and then went behind Trump. And man, he actually went behind him twice. After January 6th, he said he was done with him. He's done all he can. He's gone as far as he can go with this president, and then he just flipped right back over. And then even police officers who met with him in the Capitol, they showed their body cam, and he pretty much ignored them. One of the mothers of the police officers, he pretty much ignored them. And then for him to have a disdainment of life, man, to me, that's what I remember the most. Is a lot of people remember what you did lately more so than what you did before this time. And then for him to disregard the life that were taken innocently in Gaza and all of those Palestinians that died, even he's saying that Hiroshima was well-deserved and Japan deserved to have a bomb dropped on them, including the kids and all of that. So how you died doesn't absolve you of how you lived. So what I remember about him mostly is how he switched. So either you're going to be 100% one way or 0% all the way. So that's just how I remember it.
And yeah, I'll just add to that and say that he's indicative of most politicians in this Trump era who were very principled individuals that pretty much flip-flopped and changed. The only person that I can say, and we may disagree on a whole lot, that haven't changed up, and that's Rand Paul. Rand Paul is a libertarian through and through, and I have to respect that, right? His principles don't change depending on who's in the White House. He believes what he believes. And so, it's something to say for people who are principled in their beliefs, and we can agree to disagree, but at least you're still principled.
Yep. I agree. Man, moving on to the next topic, man. We all have been putting out topics on the page, and people have been chiming in, and it's been some good fun engagement. Every now and then there's some serious topics in there and some head scratchers. So people don't like for America to be criticized. So can you not love America and criticize it? Can you critique it but still hold it as your homeland and you still love it? So, Roger, what say you on this, man? I saw one of the comments on one of the posts, and they're unfollowing us because of this anti-America type stuff.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's for a person that lived abroad, for many years. I really enjoy my living here in the United States. But I also understand that America is not 100%. We have a lot of stuff that we could work on, and I don't think that is terrible to call those particular issues out. Sometimes when we do call those issues out, we forget about the positive issues that America does right. And I think we have to have some type of balance. If somebody is constantly just telling you, yeah, America is this, and America's bad, then, you know, they might think that you don't like America, which I think, you know, you should have to clear yourself or be clear about your intentions. Because if you think America's bad and that's all you say, then, you know, they may have a point. But if you for every negative that you put out, you put a positive out there, I think that's a fair assessment of America.
Well, what I would add to that is that because you criticize America does not mean you hate America, right? I mean, we have things that we criticize about the people we love. Does that mean we're anti our mothers? We're anti our wives, or anti our women, their husbands? No. America has always, Black folks have loved America in spite of. Dr. King stood in 1963 and gave the I Have a Dream speech. The part that everybody forget about is where he said, America, be true to what you said on paper. You know, we've always been the conscience of this country. This country would have never became a true democracy if Black people in this country didn't call America out to say, live up to those ideals you stated in that Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And so I hate when people say you are anti-America when you're holding America accountable. It's nothing wrong with holding America accountable. I love America. I love where I am. I don't want to live anywhere else. And my ancestors built this country. So why should I feel inferior to anybody when it comes to whether we love this country or not? I feel it is short-sighted. It is uneducated. It is ignorance when you come out and say, oh, you're anti-America because you're holding America accountable, because you're okay with where we are, but we would never be where we are if people didn't call out America, especially Black folk. That's the reason why when the Congressional Black Caucus was founded in the 70s, they said we are the conscience of this nation, because without Black people, this nation will have no conscience.
Mm-hmm. Some of the most critical people of the church world are people who go to church, right? And it's not because they hate God. It's not because they're anti-God or even that they hate the church. But there was a book put out way before the church was founded called the Bible. Well, parts of it were put out before the church was founded, or definitely the modern church as we know it today. And so when people criticize the church, they are just hoping that the people and the organizations and the body lives up to what was put out in that book. And it's the same thing with people who live in America who are critical of some of the practices of America. It's not that we hate it. We just are trying our best to call America to live up to what was put, like Emmett said, or Martin Luther King said, was put on paper, to those great ideas of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, those great ideas where we all can make it, those great ideas that were put out and sold to people. And I still believe in those ideas. I still have hope that America will fully live up to those things, and the people will. And that's one thing. It's one thing to be critical of the country, but I believe in the people, and I believe in the citizens, and I believe that we will find a way to live up to all those things that are on paper.
Yeah, and y'all know I'm a numbers guy. It's just I love America. I mean, it's the only country I know. It's just, but when I look back at the comparisons of it, and you hold us up compared to other countries that we demonize or say they're not as good as us, and you look at all the metrics of healthcare, education, housing, affordability, and all of that, even we fall behind them by a lot of places, especially education. Roderick, I'll throw this one out there since you are a veteran on the panel. Do you feel like a lot of the ones who have that high patriotism feel like we're number one because we have the number one military and we can literally be number one and blowing everyone up, so-called? instead of doing all the other comparisons and saying, okay, this is where we stack up against this country, that country, in these categories other than military?
Well, to me, that's a two-part. I'm gonna answer that in two parts. The first part is that raw numbers don't always tell the truth. You know, Italy ranks higher than us, and I would not live in Italy. It's a lot of problems with their medical system. It's a lot of problem with their social systems, phone systems, different things like that. But I won't go into detail. That's something that I have to, talk to you off record. But number wise, the living is ranked higher than in the United States. Second thing is, I'm a 20-year vet, and the one thing I can't stand is when somebody hijacks patriotism. If you truly believe in what America stands for, then you're gonna have to learn to live with people that don't think like you. You're gonna have to share some of your rights with people that you don't like or can't stand. Those that don't live by that, to me, are fake patriots. Me personally, I will never I would never tear up the flag. I'll never step on it. I stand and salute at games, but I also understand that you have a right to not do that, and it doesn't bother me at all because that's your right. I hate people that start attacking folks that exercise their rights, and because their rights are different than theirs, and I call it fake patriotism. I've dealt with that for 20 years, where this guy was telling me one day when the national anthem plays, he said, I cry every time it plays. And I said, well, wasn't you the guy that right before 4:00, you didn't come out the building before Reveille? Before Reveille, you didn't come out the building, so you didn't have to stand out in the hot sun and salute. I said that to me, them two don't gauge. They don't go together. So I hate fake patriotism.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, and then like you've been all over the world, it just their culture is different than ours. And like you said, you couldn't live there, but you were raised here. Like they probably would say they couldn't live here because they were raised there, because it's a cultural upbringing that's really different. It's just when you look at the numbers though, on a universal scale, all things being equal, man, we fall behind on a lot. And then you can tell how a country cares about their people based on where they invest their money. And a lot of countries put back into their people more than the United States does.
What a lot of people, in my opinion, have is nationalism, blind loyalty, no critique. As long as now they'll critique the country when it's somebody that they don't like in the White House, or when they do the, you had the Tea Party that rose up, don't tread on me. You start seeing these flags fly around. Then you have these same people who say they're so loyal to this country, but still will fly a rebel flag and have it on their truck. That is. I mean, you're supporting a treasonous traitor to your nation aside. So come on now, we pick and choose when we say somebody, is loyal to America and when they're not. So I just, it's a lot of hypocrites.
Yeah, I totally agree. Man, moving on with the next topic, man, this is something that's dear to us. All of us have sons, and all of us have sons who have friends that they go out and have done things with. But the Nolan Wells case, there's new updates every day. There's new details that are being added to it, but we haven't really had a chance to talk about it publicly or out in the open verbally. But how do you guys feel about this? Do we need to safeguard our kids a lot more? And I'll start with you, Edmund, because I know you are our educator and you see more of the interaction with the kids than anyone else.
No, it speaks to how we have to raise our kids and how we feel. Like, I don't mind my children hanging out with, their white friends. And my son went to a predominantly white middle school, and he got invited to spend the night at one of his friends' house. I said, oh, no, he can go spend a few hours and hang out, but I'm coming to pick him up because it's just so many. There's a lot of anxiety there when you're around. Your kids are in that setting where they are the extreme minority, and things that happen when they're in those environments. And so we have to safeguard that. And we always have to tell our kids that, like, at the end of the day, believe it or not, and some people may disagree with this, but our kids are Black. And so if they're in a crowd of white kids and they go in the store and let's say somebody does something, the first person they're going to look at is that Black child. It's innate bias and stereotypical things that comes with that. So we have to tell our kids those types of things. And so, this is a very touchy case. Right now, there's still an investigation going on, but I just feel like there's just the math ain't math, and some things are not adding up after the parents have come forth and started telling their story about the cell phone, about the keys to the car, how they didn't want, and they had the cell phone, they've erased a lot of the information out of the phone. She said he Snapchatted every day and said no Snapchats are in the phone. Some things have been eliminated. There's pictures that came out today saying he was at a pool party on July 5th. I mean, it's just something always is coming forth now since this case has unfolded, and for the sheriff to come out and say, oh, it looks like an accident before a detailed investigation is done is, to me, a not a good thing to do as a law enforcement agency investigating this trial. And that's why I support the family of getting an outside autopsy done and them, getting outside counsel to be able to ensure that a detailed investigation is done so that we truly and fully understand what happened and led to this young man's death.
Yeah, and Michael, how do we cut through the noise as we saw the Carmelo Anthony case that was played out nationwide publicly, and so many of our counterparts were quick to jump to the conclusion that he's guilty, but in this case we're hearing let it play out, let the investigation play out, we don't know all the details, and let's wait until they get the autopsy and see what happens. So how do we cut through that noise? And then people always say, you guys are always playing the race card and bringing up race, but it's right there in front of us where it's two totally different ways that is handled, even though there's a criminal investigation.
Yeah, well, first off, condolences to that family as well. And I'm sure they're going through a lot right now with just everything being out in the forefront and so much speculation and so much, this versus that, Black versus white, all of that's kind of going on. One way to cut through the noise is just to deal with the facts, right? Deal with the facts. What's happening? Let's get people involved. Who do we need to get involved to investigate? Do they need to have a third party or somebody from the outside come in? Do they need to hire, go ahead and bring in a legal team that can help get the facts out in the open? Because once all the speculation starts to take off, it usually drives the course of the rest of the case. We saw that with Carmelo Anthony. Once the narrative got taken over, it drove pretty much how that case went. And so now they're having to do a lot of backtracking and things like that with evidence and stories coming out and all this stuff. So get in front of it and try to just keep control of the narrative. The family needs to keep control of the narrative and stick with the facts, what they know, what they're finding out, discovery, and continue to just keep the fact that there's a young man who is dead. There's a young man who is dead right now. We don't know what happened to him. That's it. That's all we need to be discussing. We could talk about how your friends pick and choose how your kids pick and choose their friends, how we protect them. But right now, at this moment, there's a young man who has lost his life, and we need to find out what happened to him. Yeah. We got to keep the main thing. What happened to this young man?
And Michael, I would like to piggyback on that. I just think that sometimes when you have these cases, people start taking it splinter.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's right, what's wrong, what's the new update, what's the I heard the press conference with the parents. I heard the body's being shipped to DC for autopsy. And to be honest with you, as a parent that had something like that, I would think that I would wait until I have all the facts before I start making decisions. I will do my own investigation. Trust me, that's in the parents' nature right there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I really think that we should. I mean, to compare it with the Anthony case, I think is not totally fair either, because we kind of knew some of the facts. We didn't know. We don't know what the cause of death is of this kid right now. So that's one big element right there. The second
and I
point,
think the comparison with the Anthony case is just how the application of law is done. Like the court of public opinion, we're gonna have our opinions on it, but when it comes down to how it's handled, it's not handled the same. Now look at all the backtracking with the Anthony potentially with the appeals and all of that. So we just got to protect our young men. We all have sons, so do what we got to do to educate
I want
them.
to tap on that, Shannon. I grew up in Southeast Georgia. In Southeast Georgia, you know, it was pretty segregated when I left Glenville in the 90s. You know, I don't remember ever spending the night with someone outside of family member, let alone somebody of a different race. But when I joined the military is very unique because what they do is they take people from all over the world, all over the state, and they combine you into a community. And not only do they force you to get along, you are in close quarters with, you know, somebody from Montana, you know, and you kind of learn their culture, and they learn your culture, and all of a sudden, one thing about kids choose their friends, and sometimes as parents we get forced in those relationships. We get invited to birthday parties. We get invited to sleepovers, you know, and things that are not comfortable for a person like me that's coming from Southeast Georgia. My daughter was in Japan with me. She was 11 years old. She had a birthday. My wife got deployed. They set up this birthday party. It's supposed to be a sleepover at my house. Okay. So I didn't feel comfortable having all the girls at my house. That was one thing. But what really put a fear to me was I went to pick up the girls. I had these locations, the mamas, you know, phone numbers, and we were putting, you know, all the parents wanted to meet first. As I got to picking up these girls, the first girl was of Asian descent. I was nervous. Second girl was a white girl, and then it was like another white girl, and then it was I think 3 other African American girls. And I did not feel comfortable at all. I brought those girls to the house. I bought pizza. They were downstairs, and I went upstairs. They could have robbed a bank, killed somebody. I wouldn't have known because I did not come out my room. I was nervous. As I progressed and went to, you know, got used to this military culture, and I noticed that my boys' friends were almost a rainbow. It was some whites, some Indians, some mixed kids, and they didn't grow up the same way I did. I did give them the rules. I remember being in Alaska, and my son was dating this girl. I almost had a heart attack. He was dating this girl, and he was at her house, and this girl was rich. You know what I'm saying? She come dropped him off in a Mercedes, and she stayed in this big house on the hill, and I was nervous, you know, and I had to teach him some things, be careful about some things, make sure that you know, to protect yourself from the things that I would have, that was taught to me when I was coming up in Southeast Georgia. But then my son has a white kid that y'all see me with all the time. He's almost like he's at the house more than sometimes my kids are. And he's done went on vacation with us. His name Boston. Currently in the military. Shout out to Boston. I mean, doing good stuff. This boy calls and checks on me. I call and check on him. He checks on my wife. When he's home, he comes by and runs errands for us. He always asking us, if we need anything. And this white kid from Valdosta, his dad, mom trust us to take him out of town. He stays at the house. At one time, I thought he moved in. So you have to be very careful. I mean, kids are different. Cultures are different. Our kids are growing up a little different. We still need to make sure that we take care of them and make sure they understand that this situation can change in a split second. But they are growing up different than we are.
Can I just a question for the group? Do y'all feel that since we're in this conversation to kind of go a little deeper, do you feel like we are always, for the most part, not entirely, but always are the ones that are going into their world and they never really come into our world to get to know who we are and to experience our culture and understand who we are as people? Because, for me, growing up in Glenville, it's always been us going to them, even here where they don't ever come to the stuff, but they invite us to their stuff and want us to come to their stuff, but they never they never take the time, I think, to come into our world. Am I off on this? What do y'all think about it?
I think that's something that you deal with, because I don't think that. Let me put it like this here. I left Glenville at 19. I was forced into a culture that I was forced in a military culture. So I've been gone away from Glenville longer than I have raised in Glenville. So it is nothing new for me to walk outside and see a multiracial play group, or the neighbor walking over to me asking me, do I want some beer or do I need to use his tools? That is something that I had to adjust to, coming from 19-year-old to now I'm 51. So I see it probably a lot more than you do, because like I said, I was kind of forced in that environment, and it's pretty normal for me now.
Well, I will say, I got white neighbors too. My next door neighbor and a few quite around here in this community where I live, and I interact, and especially the school where I work and the school that I'm zoned for, my kids will go are, heavily diverse schools with a lot of white and black, and we have a lot of international kids that live in the community. But the question I'm asking is not just our individual lives, right? In general, do you feel that we oftentimes go out our way to go into their world versus them coming into our world some to get to know who we are and to erase many of the stereotypes they have towards, our demographic? Because, I never forget a training I did for a leadership program where it was very eye-opening, but it pretty much validated how we felt. And we feel every day. So we all had we had this trainer who put different pictures of people up on the board, and you had to give the honest assessment of that picture, that person, or that thing. And when I tell you, you put that in a basket, and then the facilitator started reading them. All the stereotypes that we have of each other, and more so on the other side, it was very eye-opening. It was disappointing at the same time to see, their perception of us. And I wonder if that perception impacts how they interact with us in our world, because we've always lived in America where we had to, go into their environment, whether it's at work, whether it's at school. And so even when our kids hang out, or we in this new era of America, it still seems as if we have to go in their world and they never come in our world.
I gotta be transparent and be honest. I personally don't think I've done a good job of inviting them into my world, or a lot of people into my world, honestly, personally, just because I feel kind of protective of, the kids, the girls especially. But the kids. So I haven't done the best job of inviting them into my world. To be honest, and that may be the same with a lot of other people. And sometimes we don't know how to invite them into, what we have going
Well,
on.
it's funny you say that, Mike, because one use case I can bring up is when we had the Tapno alumni tailgate a couple of months back. I had a few people inbox me to say, "Hey, make sure our counterparts know this isn't a black thing." Even though none of the advertisements said it was anything to do with black, it said all Tatno County. So I kind of took offense to that. Why should say it's not a black thing? I didn't never say it was. When they say it's the Sweet Onion Festival, do they say, hey, black people, y'all come too? Or do they just say it's the Sweet Onion Festival and black people know to go? It's like some people feel like we have to make them comfortable. And when they do things, we know we're invited without having to even say we're invited.
And since you brought up the Onion Festival, when it comes to MLK, right, the parade, you don't have any of those people participating in the MLK parade, but we're participating in the Onion Festival parade, and then we're the same ones participating in the MLK parade. So that's what I'm getting at. That like it's always us going to them, but they never come to us, or they never try to participate, interact with us, unless it's the school board, right? Unless it's the where they got to show up because they represent, everybody, school board, the school,
the bank.
They never come into our world, and it has to be a two-way street, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I also think that. Remember, I told you, I 30 years ago, I would have said the same thing you said. I was forced to make that connection or make friends or go to places that I wasn't comfortable with, inviting people that I wasn't comfortable with because my kids were doing it. How would I be sitting there unprotective and I don't want no white people? I remember my dad, he didn't want any white people at his house. How would I have been like that with my kid if he was bringing a friend over to his house to play video games and I say, I don't want no white people in my house? That's how I was raised. And I chose, like I said, the military forced me to, I guess, interchange with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I'm talking about it too from a standpoint. We all have white friends, right? How often have your white friends interacted with you? I mean,
I'm telling you, they're doing that. It's an equal change.
But what I'm saying is, I would consider that we are progressive in that respect, but I don't think it's as much as it is. Well, the military, you are forced to do. I'm talking about out here in everyday life. How often do they come out their way to interact with us like we go out our way to interact with them?
And again, it's your community that you live in. You can, majority of the communities that I lived in most of us are military or ex-military. Mm-hmm. That you can tell the difference between Hinesville and Glenville. You get what I'm saying? It's just some of those areas that's a normal reaction to have white friends come over to the house, black friends, Mexicans, whoever. It's an equal exchange. It's not like we're not really evasive like we were when I was younger, growing up in Glenville.
See, I wasn't like that. I mean, I hung out with some of my white friends, and went over, and hung out and did some things. We played sports together. I think the military is unique, and I think the military, for one, you are exposed to the world, so you're not as closed-minded as certain people are in certain communities in this country, right? So if you look at Lone County, and look at even the voting trends and how things are progressing, it's because you have people from all over the world, the country that ends up making this area their home, and they live there and they move there, and they're more open-minded to those things versus, in some areas where it could be so segregated, like Atlanta. Yeah, it's a very progressive city, but it's one of the most segregated cities still. In the country. I mean, white people still live in. If you're not living where I live, or in, let's say, I guess that Decatur, city of Decatur area on back, which is being gentrified like crazy. I mean, everybody else living in their own communities. White folks live in certain neighborhoods and black folks live in certain neighborhoods, but we all come together and we present a great front, but it's very segregated here.
Yeah. I also want you guys to understand that I'm not immune to what you're saying. What I'm telling you is that the majority of the communities that I've lived in my adult life have been military-based individuals. Not really lived in an area where I can go to my neighbor and that individual was from Georgia, went to Harlem High School, and you know what I'm saying? I can go 5 houses down and they all military connected. I can go 5 houses down over there, they all military connected.
But see, but being in the military too, Roderick, being in the military for you, it's like a fraternity, right? Y'all protect each other's lives together. Y'all shop together. Really. Y'all with each other a lot. So I think that is an exception, and I don't mean it's an exception to the rule. I'm talking about every.
I agree with you.
You all are different because y'all have to defend each other's lives. Y'all in the
but we also are forced to you are forced to live with that person.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get to know people, right?
Yeah,
we're not doing that, right? And so what we do is we go to our camps and we live in our stereotypes and our prejudices of one another.
You're forced to be around them, right? But you still make the decision to be like, I'm going to be cordial. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. It's
always start like that, Michael. It's cordial. Then all of a sudden your kids get invited to a birthday party and you get over there and it's a white house. You go over there and it's a white dude. And so now want to feel different. Or vice versa. You have a birthday party and 3 of the white guys, you want to make them feel welcome and everybody kind of get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's right. I don't know. I mean, trust me, I still got that Glenville in me, being cautious about certain environments. But I also see where I'm not going to freak out if I walk outside right now and it's 2 white guys standing there talking to my son.
Right. I don't think any of us, but the premise of the question is, do we initiate and do we go out our way more so than the other side? And that's the only point I was, trying to get. And I don't
even like black folks. So,
right. But what I'm saying, but see, you're different. But I'm saying overall in general, and even for the listeners out there, do you feel that we go out our way more to interact with them, going to their world more so than they come in our world? How many of them come to church with us? I mean, we'll be happy to go to church with them, but how many of them will come to church?
I probably have to sit this one out then. I think mine is my situation is different, because like I said, non-denomination. I had never heard of non-denomination until I went to until I started going to church in the military. And when I noticed what non-denomination is, the one Sunday the pastor's black, the next Sunday the pastor was white, the crowd was mixed. I wasn't used to that, So I mean, it became a normal thing, So
yeah. It goes back to, for me, it goes back to, like you said, we grew up in Glenville, and none of our counterparts ever came to our side of town. Or I never spent the night with anyone that was a counterpart. Yeah. But I will say, shout out to Jay Kennedy. At one point, I was the only black on the baseball team until Donnell and Terrence Deacon, God bless the dead. And Jay would give me a ride home from practice every day without even thinking about it. But a lot of other people wouldn't give me a ride because they were scared to come through that side of town. So that's the only time I really saw people would come through there, like when I caught rides with Jay, or maybe Coach Waters would drop me off every now and then. But as far as interacting outside of sports on their side of town or our side of town, we didn't do that much.
I've only seen 2 of my coaches in the black neighborhood that I can remember. And that was Coach Thompson And what was the basketball coach name? I can't remember his name right off here.
Kaysen.
Yeah, Coach K. But yeah, I agree
that's
with.
how he drove the bus and had to drop us off.
Yeah, and that pretty much. Yeah,
But see,
I'll say 3. Now, Coach Thompson would come to St. James on Sundays and come to church sometime. And then he would come and take us to eat pizza. But Coach Purcell would come pick us up in middle school, and Coach Odom. So
Coach
not many of the coaches would come through like that.
But I think Miss Leach makes a good point, and I think at the end, the anxiety that many African American parents feel is that they don't mind. We don't mind our kids hanging with white kids or being around white kids, but we don't want our kids to be the only one in the group, because a lot can come with that, and there's a lot of microaggression that takes place, and things that can be very detrimental to our kids' mental health and the way they see themselves and perceive the world. And so we just have to be mindful of that. And I agree with her.
Well, have any of y'all ever been the only black person?
Oh, yeah. You got to think.
No, yeah. I played a whole baseball season like that.
If we ever go, people in Tatton County told me, like, I've been in places where people told me, oh, Edmund, you're not like them. And I had to correct them on the spot and say, why would you say that? And they would say, "You're just not." But what that was a backhanded a slap to everybody that's black, right?
Oh,
just because you got to know me. You got to know me. So you look at me differently than you saw some of the other counterparts, and you use your stereotype of our race to demonize them or have that bad perception of them. But no, I've always had, been one of the only ones. I remember when in Tatton County, where at most schools in Georgia, you had the college prep and the vocational track. It was only a handful of us black folks in the college prep side. So we were always around white kids, and
always in the minority.
Some of the only ones. I think I can count on my head. It was me, April Wilcox, Jamie Roberts, and probably like a few others that I remember in college prep. And so we were always around nothing but white kids.
Right. I would leave it at this.
How do you move?
Very carefully.
Right.
See, I see right now is, as you know, when that happens so many times, to me, I don't know. I guess I went to a class one time and it was 200. It was out of people, I was the only African American, and then there was one Hispanic guy. I got used to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got used to that. I got used to coming out of my house and looking around, and I got used to it. And I learned how to move. I started realizing that, I was going, I'm going to be Roderick regardless. I didn't care if my neighbor was going to name Bubba or my neighbor was named Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You're going to get Roderick, And I once I started realizing that and started working like that, that anxiety started going down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
great topic.
I don't think we're gonna ever truly deal with race until we start doing that more and getting to know one another and getting rid of all the stereotypes we have of each other, because that's where it lies. It lies in ignorance.
Yeah, it does. And I'm like you. They got to start reaching across the line more than we are, because we're nurturing.
You need to reach, Shannon. You need to reach.
I have, bro. Yeah, I have. Like, my biggest thing is, I don't know if y'all saw the video I posted today of me and my son working out, and there was a white guy just watching this, and then he just came over and started talking to us, and he just started pouring into both of us. Like, he probably was 20, 30 years our senior, to where he just started talking to my son about life other than football, finances, banking, and then school and stuff like that. So I'm always receptive of that kind of stuff. I could have easily said, during this political environment, I don't want to have you talking to my son about that kind of stuff. But I welcome that. My neighbor's kids would come over here and we work out in the garage and all of that stuff.
I can see Ebony right now with a fence. Do not enter.
No. My son got a few white friends, and they go to parties and hang out together. So I never had a problem being around some of my friends. I'll take it back. 2 of my white friends in high school came to my house. That was Stephanie Addis and Adam Chris. They came over to the quarters. And
Adam
came to
Chris?
my little, they came
remember
over to my
Adam.
single
Chris
wide
brother?
trailer. They came over to that
I
single
don't
wide
know.
trailer.
Okay, I thought that was Steve. I got it mixed up. So,
Yeah, the Steve
That's his
is
younger
the brother.
brother.
He older.
I know Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
so
was
they
my
all
backup
they
quarterback.
came over in the hood. They probably a little scared, but Adam, I think he get down with us black folks even more now based upon But for the most part, they came over. My kids hang out. I don't mind. I'll drop them off at the parties over there. Look, I raised you right. You got to make good decisions. So I don't have a problem, but he ain't the only one. He ain't going in there by himself. It'd be him and a group of his friends that go to different parties, or they'll come hang out. They can come to the house and hang out. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
don't
little
know.
better now because
Yeah.
Glenville is starting to change. It might take a couple more generations, but it's starting to change because now
houses. Y'all keep
when I
building them
moved-
houses. That's what you do. You keep building
Nah.
them houses,
Look
and
at
the
Long
military
County.
members
Look at
come
Long
in.
County.
You're gonna wake up and it's gonna be totally different. That's what's
it's
gonna
already looking that way.
That's why they're trying to stop it. That's why they're trying to stop it.
Yeah, keep building them
A more
houses.
diverse community is a wealthier community. The more diverse
And,
it is, the
it's more
wealthier
enjoyable too. Because when we moved over here, we had we live in some older people who stay around us, so there wasn't any kids. So when we came here, all the kids just started gravitating toward our house. Like they would come from all over town, and I put the basketball goal up outside, so they would come outside and play basketball, and it was all different races, different ages, different groups.
Shoot.
And I would come outside and play with them and all that. So it was just it's different now because everybody getting older and they all playing football and basketball. But at one point it was just so many different people coming.
And you brought that up, Michael. Guess what? One of my good childhood friends we used to play with on Russian Street, and he's a famous guy now. And I was like, man, I know that kid. I know that name sounds familiar. Cole Swindle. His grandma stayed in that brick house right there on Russian Street. When you cross over, what's the IGA road? What that road called? Right there with IGA and Kirkland.
IGA road.
IGA.
Cole actually lived in the house on the other street over the Church Street, right behind that. What's the where Wayne office is, that white building right back there. I played with Cole them growing up. Cole used to be right around in there. So yeah, I hung out and played.
And you brought up that basketball goal, Roger. I mean, Mike, I got in trouble one time for putting up a basketball goal in my backyard, and Roderick and about 30 other people came. And boy, my daddy liked to have a fit. He didn't say nothing while everybody was there. But when they left, what you got on the board? Just a whole bunch of ruggamaroo, bro.
Yeah.
I say, I didn't take this goal.
Everybody
man. He didn't care what color you was.
Yeah, everybody stayed at my house. So it was, I had the same pool tables, so I know some parents that just like Al. I mean, Al mom, like I remember when you roll up the Al house unannounced, Miss Betty had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't know who you was. She, I could come. She didn't have a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? But Miss Betty had an issue if you rolled up on her house unannounced.
Yeah, that's a good segue. It is kind of off topic. We're gonna cut some of the topics, but man, did y'all have these rules for your kids? Like I had a rule at our house where nobody could come in the house if my parents weren't home, and you better not go in the master bedroom. I don't care if it's me and my brother. We couldn't go in the master bedroom. Y'all have those rules still?
I need to come in my mama room. I was going up in there getting it. So I'm sorry.
I was too, even though I ain't let them know.
My kids don't even knock on the door to my room, bro. I can be in here butt naked. They gonna come.
Right.
They gonna.
I had to lock my door because them jokers walk right in on you.
Yep. Yeah, I got to lock my door,
and then they still break in. Mine are still breaking in.
They take everything that they want. They can come in here. They get my speaker. You know what I'm saying? They don't ask. They just walk in.
Yeah. In the chat, if you're listening, I know all of us had these different cultural upbringings, but there were certain things that were synonymous with the Black community. Do you have rules that you had to go by from your parents that you still do today? Like we couldn't go in the master bedroom unless they were home.
No, nobody could come to my house unless if my dad went home, you couldn't come. Nobody could come to the house. You could stay outside, but you couldn't go inside the house.
Yeah, that was one of our rules too. No one can come in unless they was home.
And you definitely couldn't feed nobody.
All of us had that. All of us had that rule.
I still got that rule. Ain't nobody coming over here if I ain't home.
Yeah, we live in a litigious society now. Somebody be over there and sue you.
Right.
Yeah. But man, moving on with the show, man, Supreme Court, they got their hands dipping and dabbling in everything. But the transgender or men in sports, we kind of had a background chat on it, and I think we all kind of come to some agreement. I just feel like Black women may be judged more harshly because if they're fully developed or have a masculine physique, they may be taken as, hey, let's check her. She may be a trans.
Her ass need to be checked.
No, my thing is, I don't think women
all them folks need to be checked.
Let me hush, Lord. Let me. But I'm gonna say this right here. I don't think that former men should be playing women's sports, and women shouldn't be playing in men's sports. I don't care who you are, what you. I don't agree with that. But and I'll leave it at that. I think we making it a big issue when it's really not that issue. It's a very small number of people that's trying that. But for the most part, for the record, no former man need to be playing against women.
I got couple points. For safety reasons, I don't think those two need to be mixed. For a competitive issue, I don't think those two need to be mixed. And I think due to Title IX, I think that transgenders should have their own category. The problem you got is I think that's been offered, and some of them don't want to play nice with that. So either you get your own category or you don't participate. And I'm cool with that decision.
The number is so minute, like it's less than 10 in the NAACP, and then I don't know how many it is in high school sports, but you're talking about out of 3.5 million athletes in the U.S.
It's the impact.
They're focusing on acts like that.
I don't care how many it is. It's the impact. You got a kid that come in, and it's one in the state of it was two males that entered in West Virginia. 2 males. All right. When they were running track and as a male in the male division, them guys didn't come in the top 20 in the state. They transitioned to the female sport, and both of them came 1 and 2. So to me, it's the impact. It's not how many people they are. It's the impact of what they're doing when they get there.
Yeah, but how great is that impact if it's only 2?
That's a state champion.
If you beat my daughter, in a race, I'm gonna be pissed off.
In that state, in that division, like it's so granular to me. Like I wouldn't. I feel like there's other pressing issues besides that.
Yeah, I feel like
it is, but on that level, if that's your daughter competing and she's worked her butt off, and then somebody,
I would be upset. I'm just saying, how often does that happen?
Oh, it don't happen.
The impact isn't that great if it doesn't happen frequently.
Did you see the guy? Man, I don't know. I mean, to me, when they do compete, it's a big impact, and it's not just impacting the people that they beat. It's impacting that whole division.
Even if you don't come in first, like what is the right wing pundit? She was a swimmer and complained about losing to the trans, and the trans didn't even win the race. But she lost to the trend. She came in like
but fifth. I want to say she got 5th place or 4th place.
She got
5th place. Yeah, and medal. She could have got. It was something about her getting a medal, but you got to understand that those little places can put you into the Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
4th place.
It could get you on Olympics.
I think we all agree. If you were born biologically a man, you should not be in women's sports unless it's a unisex type sport like archery, bowling, tennis, not even tennis, but golf, stuff like
I'm
that.
about to say.
I think it's
Something that's
more.
safe.
I think it's more pressing issues that like Supreme Court and the government can like need to deal with, but the bodies like the Georgia High School Association, the NCAA, they need to deal with it and say we outlawing it as this
That's
body.
where
They
it needs to
did.
be handled.
They did, and
Exactly.
All right, then.
that's how it
Good.
wound
Yeah,
up in the Supreme Court.
that's how I got in the course. I'm with Roger.
Yeah, that's how it got in the court.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
You know, to me, it's common sense, but you know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's not being
anti-trans,
anti-trans, and that's not being anti-trans. If do you live your life, but I just think when it comes to sports and things of that nature, you shouldn't be
it's a
allowed
safety
to
issue.
compete.
Yeah,
It's a safety and a competitive issue.
like you said, it's a competitive issue.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
a safety and
If you a biological dude and you say you about to play basket, you about to be like Joanna Man, just out there.
yeah. You with Brittany Griner. That's what you're gonna be. Hey, also, hey,
Man, leave Brittany alone now.
Hey, you seen the UFC fighter?
The UFC fighter?
Have y'all seen the transgender UFC fighter yet?
No,
she's either Brazilian. She's either Brazilian or Hispanic. But bro, she's messing them girls up.
Is she a former man?
Look that up.
Yeah,
I saw the boxer in the Olympics.
See, that's when the UFC need Dana White or whoever need to say we not doing this. Why they letting that happen?
I know she messing them girls up. Ain't no way in the world I let my
wife. What you telling me is Roger? What you telling me is she keep fighting? It's gonna be like a Apollo and the Russian.
No, yeah, bro, it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Why does that go to the court? Why can't the UFC step in and say we're not letting this happen?
The governing body needs to step in on that.
Yeah.
Money.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Money.
But man, speaking of local and being unhinged and off the wire, man, Officer Boyd with the GPD. I'm a cop guy. Man, do you guys think he's a liability to the community, to the city? It's gonna end up with a lawsuit that the taxpayers are gonna have to pay.
Most definitely. As a peace officer, his temperament to me is not conducive for a police officer. I mean, for you to get mad that fast and violate people's rights and just talk to people any kind of way, no, you are sworn to protect the citizens, not take advantage of them. And I just feel like that's unbecoming of a good police officer. And the city, they're gonna mess around and get a major lawsuit fooling with this guy. And the stuff that he did on that videotape in Savannah, that showed his true character and who he is and how I'm a police officer. And you really can't do it. He felt like he was above the law. And I feel like that they should have fired him. That was a fireable offense for the way he conducted himself not you being a private citizen. At the time, you might have been off duty, but you evoked the name Glenville. I am a Glenville police officer. That was a black eye on our city to say, when people see that, y'all let this guy work for y'all. So, I mean, yeah.
Well, first of all,
not only that, it compiles with what happened recently that happened in City Hall. So the incident from Savannah was in 2021. Yeah. But then it happened
in 2021,
again.
and he did that in Glenville. Like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. This guy has shown you who he is. Well, and you still have people around there defending him. I saw one lady, what's her name? Some saying, "Oh, y'all just mad. Y'all want him fired because he doing this." Pretty much always like it's unhinged. Some of the stuff that lady be saying on there, but she didn't want to start all this mess in the first place. But I digress.
Hey,
if his name was Edmund Richardson, would he still be there?
Oh no, I would have been fired. I would have been fired yesterday, last year.
Yeah, you would, because Glenville have a hard time recruiting police officers, and you get what you pay for. That's the bottom line. You get bottom. I'm not gonna call him bottom tier because I don't know this guy, but you get what you pay for. The problem with police. And me being a cop for 20 years, the problem with police officers is our recruiting and our professionalism. and our training. We are basically hiring guys that have done 5-10 years in the military. That's war vets that are coming back. We're hiring those guys. We also hiring guys that you got a valid driver's license. We are hiring those guys. And most towns don't have the ability to vet these guys mentally. They don't invest the money. Some of these small towns don't even pay for you to go to the police academy. Sometimes you got to come out your pocket to pay for that. I had an opportunity when I first joined the military. I did about 4 years, and I was recruited to go to Long County. It was to go to Long County. I think the starting salary was $25,000, $23,000, something like that.
Right.
Yep. And on top of that, I had 1 year to attend. I would have to do 1 year of it. I would have had to attend the academy. I didn't go. I didn't get into details. It was just like, hey, come work for us. You probably can get on pretty easy. So it wasn't really no detail put in the application. It wasn't nothing to that extent. It was, hey, they found out I was a cop. I knew somebody on the force. He said, come work for us. I can get you on. And then he gave me the benefits. The next thing was I looked at that price, and then I looked at, I want to say Fulton County or DeKalb County. It was like $70,000. This was like in the 90s. It was like $77,000 plus. They paid you by degree. If you had an associate's, bachelor's, it was like $2,000 more. Master's was like $4,000. So it was like $4,000 bonus from if you walked in with a driver's license or a master's degree. It was like $4,000 different. Then they threw in some stuff like apartment complex. Rent, it was like rent free of an apartment complex, and you can drive the vehicle. So Glenville can't afford some of those things. So you kind of getting, I ain't gonna say the bottom of the barrel, but you're not getting, the only person that's probably making money out there is the chief and maybe one more officer. Everybody else is eating pennies. I guarantee.
But still though, bro, like I see a lot of cities who are well funded, some of them overfunded, and have cops who act just like him. So to me, no matter how well trained you are, culture eats up training 7 days of the week. If you allow that to happen, that's the culture of that happening, then that's what's going to happen.
It's the people that you're recruiting. It's the people that are going out there in the recruiters. They are going out and getting these ex-military guys. And the first thing they tell you, I had to get on to one of my troops. I ran a training section, and I had guys that were trained cops. And I walked in to evaluate a class, and my cop was telling the class was basically it's them against us. That's basically what he was telling them. It's them against us. He was basically teaching the class that when they go out and patrol on the street, everybody else was an enemy except for the cops.
See, that's the culture they said. Yeah. That's the culture.
I ain't gonna say that. That is not 100% of the culture.
It's not across the board. But when you have those bad apples in those precincts or departments, that's more than likely the culture of that department.
If that trainer was already a bad recruit, now he training other people,
and that's the problem you get. It's not enough of us. It's not enough of us. Like I can't stand police officers that hide and try to catch you and write a ticket. To me, that defeats the whole purpose. The whole purpose of for you to be traffic control is to be seen and visual, so you can manipulate a person's behavior by having them slow down because they see you. The object of the game is to have a safe street, not to go catch them after they just started, after they speed.
And tell that to Georgia State Patrol.
Man, I got a ticket right now waiting on me. That's another thing. Maybe you can help me with this slick. So I got a ticket in Glenn County. Dude said I was going 84, And then when I get the ticket, he doesn't mark I was a super speeder going 85.
You doing
So I
20
paid the
miles
ticket.
over?
I think I was doing like 83 actually.
Well,
But when I got the
70
ticket,
is the speed limit. So
Well, he's gonna go to his system. So his system is gonna lock you in. So once he locks you in, he's gonna go back and write the ticket, and it'll lock you. Your speed is locked in.
yeah, I just don't understand. I paid a ticket in Glenn County, but I got to pay the super speeder part
You got
to
to
the
play the
state of
state.
Georgia.
Georgia got to
Yeah.
fine super speeders. It's like an additional 200. Then you might have to pay
Yeah,
another
200.
additional
you
$100
may,
to
you
go
may
to
need
a
to go
class.
take a class so you don't get no
Yeah,
points
I'm
on your
gonna say
license.
you might have to go take a class.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
I had to
$100.
pay it.
Go
So
up.
I paid the Glenn County one. Oh, that's the other thing, bro. I got the ticket January 1st. The ticket isn't available until like 8 weeks later. Is it like that across Georgia?
Well, they got to file the tickets, put them in the system. They got to vet them for accuracy. It is a lot of red tape. So I get a ticket. I write a ticket. I have to turn that over to my supervisor. He's got to vet them for accuracy. Then we got to process them through the system. And then the system will go in there, and then you got an admin person that, I don't know, she might have a stack on her desk. You know, she might be doing the work for 20 police officers.
I feel like that's some like entrapment because a lot of people will forget about that ticket if it's not available.
And you're gonna go to jail. You're
I
gonna
know
go to
we
jail
talked
when they
Oh
suspend
no,
your
I got
license.
that joke right on my refrigerator. So every time I open it's right there.
Hey, you're gonna go to jail when they suspend your license.
I know we
But
talk
man,
a lot.
stand here locally. Man, Zuber Malik. I know he's reached out to us behind the scenes, and he has some things transpiring in the court of law. And Edmund, I know you wrote up a summary to kind of briefly go over it. And,
Well, pretty much he has filed a lawsuit, and he's filing in 3 areas, which is defamation, alleged religious discrimination, and alleged Open Meetings Act violations. And I think that alleged religious and defamation, when you call that man a terrorist in public, I mean that was defaming that man's character, and I don't blame him. And then religious discrimination, pretty much they said they demeaned him and his religion, and made the statement they don't understand why pretty much Councilwoman Miller is doing business with him because he's a Muslim, and pretty much he shouldn't be doing that. And see that, and for me, you know, if I was him, I'll be looking at all the times I've tried to get something zoned in the city. Did they discriminate against me, or did they make me do things that other people didn't have to do because of who I am? Because pretty much they revealed their true colors when they stated those things when they didn't know that they were being filmed. And so who knows what they were doing behind the scenes when it came to his project. So I think he got a lot there. And I'm gonna tell you, discovering and being deposed during a legal proceeding is very tight. And I've been in those situations before. And so that's a lot of stuff that can come out there, and subpoenaing of records and things of that nature. So I think he got a case.
And it also depends on what district he goes to.
Yeah, and then he needs to make sure he sue them individually too. I think it might be. I think in that lawsuit, I think he did sue them individually.
The city and individuals as well.
yeah, I told him I would put something together and then put it out on the group page for him. But we'll take a look at it. And Zuber, if you're watching, we haven't forgot about you. Definitely get.
Oh yeah, he did.
Out.
He sued. I pulled it up. He's suing the city of Glenville, Bernie Weaver, Marcus Nobles III, Tammy Waters, and Greg J. I ain't gonna try that last name, Greg J. He's suing all the city plus the 3 council members in this lawsuit, and so it's very detailed. And so I salute him. Stand up for your rights and stand up for the people of Glenville.
All right, and Michael and Edmund, you guys have been in local government. Who pays for those city lawsuits?
Well, it works 2 ways. Many when you are sworn in as a elected official, you have to get a bond, and with the you have to go out and pay for a bond, and that protects you in case of things like this when you're sued. So I don't know if they do that in Glenville, a small municipality, but in areas like Atlanta, in the Atlanta area, many of those commissioners and city council members get a bond, and then the city is also on the hook. And so the city should have insurance that would be able to handle lawsuits that come their way. Because of course, the city couldn't just take on a lawsuit like that. I mean, the entire city budget, I think, is like $20 million, if that, 10 million, 20 million.
20 million, no.
So about $10 million that would bankrupt the city. So they will have to have insurance.
Right.
Yeah,
Who
they
pays
have
for that insurance?
The taxpayers, but I think the insurance, from what I heard, the insurance said they weren't paying for anything.
Oh.
So I think the discovery is going to be very, very interesting in this case. But from what I've heard, the insurance company already said they're not paying for nothing. So
why you think they may not pay for it?
Well, because it wasn't an official meeting, so it wasn't a city meeting. So the insurance is like, nah, it wasn't a call meeting. It wasn't. Y'all was off the clock.
Ooh.
So it'll be in their personal capacities?
Could be.
I guess so. That's why I said the discovery is going to be interesting, though, because they got to pull everything, pull all the records. So they're going to see what everybody said about who, when, where, and all that stuff. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And we're going into the fall soon. So we're almost halfway through the summer. And Mike.
Taxes going up.
Huh? My taxes going
shameless.
Up? Your property taxes going up.
Nah.
Zuber finna have Dairy Queen 2 on my.
I will say
hybrids. What did Dairy Queen used to be part of? Like Dairy Queen, KFC.
Dairy Queen. Now I will say he did mention that he was apprehensive about doing the lawsuit because of that. So I mean, he was like, I don't want to harm the city, but at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'll negotiate. Let me tell you something. Since you don't want to get him no money or anything, I will drop my lawsuit if y'all resign.
Yeah,
he filed that paperwork.
Yeah, he did that. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And he put Glenville on there. So
he did City of Glenville.
Spin that. Where all my
Yeah, man.
That is business gonna go up.
They go open another restaurant.
Man, coming down to the end of the show, man. Netflix. I know we were talking about Netflix shows earlier, but if you had to have a Netflix show or series about your life, at what point of your life would you have featured to be a part of a Netflix documentary?
It depends on what I'm looking for. If it's to help people do better, I may that period of time.
Yeah, yours might need chapters, Edmund. You kind of bad, though.
I'll leave that to y'all. I got different stages. I may have to have a series.
Yeah, you need like 3 episodes.
Mine got to be life, man.
3 seasons.
Growing up.
What's yours, Nick?
Mine got to be life, bro. Growing up, military, retired, everything. Being a sports dad. Now I'm a cheerleader dad, man. Do y'all know how much? Not a cheerleader dad, a dance. My daughter in dance. Y'all know how much that costs?
Oh
yeah,
right.
I'm a cheer dad.
Everything expensive these days.
Hey, hey, bro. That transition, I'm telling you, bro. Mine will be popular, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I have a series now. I think I probably have a lot of views. If I had to put my life in a story, man, I got so many. Boy, it's a roller coaster ride.
What's a PK?
A PK preacher?
Preacher's kid. Yeah.
Hey, slick, sweet onion preacher kids.
You could do one. You could do one just on Robbie Kane Club, Slick.
Man, that would be a classic.
Yeah,
bro.
hey, 12 years old. Hey, 12 years old, getting locked in the club. Fireman. Hey, bro, I got all
you
kind
were
of
the only
stories.
one doing stuff. See, they had us running. We used to run numbers for Miss Blanche. Them go get people numbers, play numbers for them and stuff. Boy, we did all that
Shoot,
growing
man.
up.
Jokers had us
this would
going
be
to the
better.
store and getting cigarettes back then.
That'd be better than the
Very
Freaky
good.
Nick
Y'all remember
documentary.
that, Roger? You remember that Miss Blanche? You remember Miss Blanche had ran numbers, had home before Georgia Lottery came, and then you had like the like the pads that the waitresses take their your order down on. Man, you used to go there and people like, go play 385, and she'll put that on that 385, $1. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I remember Miss Blanche. I remember when the 3 clubs were open.
Yeah,
Charlie Cook, Miss Blanche, and my dad across the road. Yeah,
and I mean everybody being every one of them.
I need a movie.
Why do they call it the quarters?
Think mine wouldn't be a documentary, man. Mine be a movie.
The quarters, I think the white folks gave over there because that's where black folks were relegated to live.
So it was called I think the Beasley quarters first because there was some kind of factory and that's where the workers lived, and then that's where the black people ended up. So they started calling it the Negro quarters, and then the quarters just stuck.
Yeah,
I wonder what year that derived.
Yeah, because I wasn't part of them first two names. I remember the quarters, but I wasn't part of them first two names. That must have been back when.
No, the Beasley quarters was way. I think Granddaddy told me about that because it was like it was a sawmill or something, and that was a long time ago. And then it shifted to the Negro quarters, and that's in the city council minutes. So if you ever read the minutes from like 1965, you'll see. Such and such came from the Negro quarters to talk about.
You know what's funny, Michael? The first time I heard the name quarters, I was talking to April Burkhalter, and she was telling me, she said something about, do you stay over in the quarters? I had no idea what she was talking about. She said, you stay over in the quarters. And I said, no, I stay on Green Street. And I don't know what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I had to come home, and then Granddaddy told me about, because I thought the quarters, the whole time I was growing up, I thought there was them houses across from the corner store, them little circle houses.
Yeah,
that's where it started. And all them stayed. Yeah,
I stayed over there too. I stayed over there in them slave houses.
Yeah, that's where it started. So it started there,
but
and then it spread.
They referenced the whole neighborhood as the quarters.
Oh no,
they had tiny homes before tiny homes came out, ain't it?
Right.
Yeah,
sure was. Those were real shotgun houses where you can actually look from the front door to the back where you see through. But before we moved over there, you actually had to go on the outside to use the bathroom. But my mama had it redone where the bathroom was enclosed and all that other stuff and put plumbing in there. There was no plumbing in those homes. In most of those homes, I think they were rigged. They were rigged up. Yeah.
Well, they were built. They were cheap homes built for cheap labor. So
I remember Edmund Badass because Granddaddy put some basketball goals up right behind his house. Edmund Badass used to come over there with Miss Silla Cool Pop chips and shit. Out there fuck with people games up. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, we live right back there. I can come out my back door. But you remember Mr. Ruben opened up him a little candy shop right there, but whether that was him or Miss Novella. But yeah, they had a little candy shop back there, and we had basketball courts back there. I remember because Toby was bullying us back there one day. My uncle came back there. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. I can't complain, bro. I think it'll be a good movie though, man. Going back to rec football. Yeah, I mean everything. I think it'd be an excellent movie, man. I can't do it.
We got stories we couldn't even tell on here, bro.
Oh yeah.
We all do
football practice. Oh my god!
But I miss when I go through that. See, I got so many memories on MLK now. What was it? What was it called before MLK?
Smith Street.
Smith Street. And you had my grandma Romella. Over there on one side, you had Miss Grace on the other side. You had Miss Rosalie right down the street. You had Miss Emma Murphy right there. And then y'all remember people used to take their babies to Miss Rosalie to have her blowing their mouth if they had thrash. I'm the only one. Y'all help me out there. Some of the commenters.
We had health insurance. Hey, we had
I don't remember that.
You don't get brand new. Y'all don't get.
Hey,
Somebody
no.
on there help me out. Am I
Hey, Slick, I had my own grandma.
am I crazy? Did people used to take their babies to Miss Rosalie to have them blowing their mouths when they had thrash?
I have my own grandma for that kind of stuff.
Hold on, y'all remember this the same one who ate like potted meat and spiced ham or whatever it was called.
Yeah, we probably took ours in Novella.
Y'all getting brand new. Y'all getting brand new. Y'all getting brand new. You had thrash. You took your child to Miss Rosalie.
I ain't never even.
Hey, I don't know about that.
I didn't even know about thrash until last year. Yeah.
See, everybody. Nikki said I'm right. Andra, my aunt said I'm right. Y'all know I'm right.
Yeah, you right for y'all. We had our own grandmother blow in our mouth. You know what I mean? Rosemary,
it wasn't like that. They said
Rosemary couldn't do it.
Those old folks said only a select few people could do that if they didn't see their daddy or something like that. It was something like that.
Hey, Slick, there was something wrong with you.
Hey, McCann, we had our own prayer person. We had Aunt Bina. So all that stuff was in the family.
That was my babysitter.
I did go to her. Yeah, she was my first babysitter.
Hey, me and Tawana laugh about that to this day. Me and Tawana be down there with Aunt Bina, Miss Bina. We'll come there. My mama said all I would ask for when she come pick me up, I want water, mama. I want water, mama. Miss Bina had us baking in there. We were dehydrated. That house was so hot.
Now Aunt Bina was the family dentist. We went to Aunt Bina to get our tooth pulled. Now that I remember. Yeah.
So, I remember, we be down there. You know, like during the crack in the door. Me and Tawana be down there at the bottom of the door trying to get air. It'll be so hot up in there. Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, between her and Aunt Panky, Aunt Panky dressed like she was in North Dakota somewhere.
Hey, 365 year round too.
Yeah,
year round.
Know my aunt hot.
Shoot, it was hot up in there, boy. I can still feel that heat right now.
Yeah, it was the days there, man. Yeah, that would be a good movie, Slick. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that might not be appropriate for kids, but
see, Miss Jimmy came. Miss Jimmy, she could cure thrash blowing in their mouth. See, I know I wasn't crazy. I told y'all. See, y'all get brand new. Y'all done got these degrees and all this money. Y'all done forgot where y'all came from.
I can tell you this. Hey, I can tell you this. I don't even know this lady, so I know I ain't been over there.
You don't know Miss Rosalie? Aline?
I know her, but
you remember Aline used to stay with her? Aline used to stay with her right there on the corner of Green Street and
Miss Bell?
Huh?
Miss Bell?
What you said, Miss Bell? You talking about Miss Bell over there across from St. James?
No, Miss Bell used to stay right beside me.
No, not that Miss Bell. No, you know the house right there, still there, across from Miss Doris and Mr. Baby Roberts' house, right there on the corner. That's where Miss Rosalie used to stay.
I probably know her. I just don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki said you know her, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never had
no, man. Y'all think our counterparts had traditions like this? If you're in the chat,
he never had thrash.
If you're white, there are certain traditions we had in the black community that we did for like thrash and putting the eggs over the front door and stuff like that. Did y'all have those kind of traditions in your community, in the white community, for like thrash or anything like that?
Y'all know we ain't had no health insurance and stuff like that. These folks had to come up with these remedies. Shoot.
Either that or prayer.
Right, prayer. It was that good prayer. Rely on the ancestors.
So oil, that olive oil.
Oh yeah,
that's why my granddaddy opened up that damn funeral home. That's what it is. Man, my granddaddy seen that, bro. They down there blowing in their mouth on thrash. Hey, we need to get this funeral home open.
Oh my God.
You're right, Audra. That prayer and peppermint from Miss Bina, boy.
Yeah.
Man. Y'all bring back good memories, man. How many miles in a lifetime do y'all think Sister German walked?
Oh man.
Oh my
There's a
God.
German walk everywhere, man.
Nah, man.
Bro. Y'all
Sister
think she
German was
eclipsed 50,000 at least?
she was old walking when I was young. I went in the military, damn near did 20 years. I came back, she was still walking.
At a good pace.
Yeah.
At a
At a
good
good
pace.
pace. If you're in the chat, how many miles do you think Sister German walked in a lifetime since she walked? I've never
Man.
seen her drive. Did she know how to? Did she have a license?
No,
I've
she
seen
never
her
knew how to drive. She never had a license, but she always ended up everywhere she needed to be.
Man, she didn't need that. She was at least a 3.2 walking pace.
Man, she walked faster than some people jog around there.
Yeah. Long white. I can still see her. Got that hat on.
Yeah.
Long dress.
Are there any candy ladies around there anymore?
Ain't
Nah,
nobody
not that I
letting
know of.
y'all kids go to nobody's house no more, man. Y'all kids be tasting the house now.
Man, you remember you can go. Let me tell you something. You got food stamps back in the day, boy. Your mom can give you $1 food stamp. You can go eat a whole meal at Sister Timmer house. You can get you a hamburger, a drink, and some cookies. And some cookies.
You know,
kids even walk to the store
I went
around
to
there
Sister
anymore?
Timmer's house like one time. We were
And
Miss
she had that special sauce on the hamburger, and I was yesterday, man. It wasn't not too long ago when I figured. I said this lady was mixing ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard together this whole time, and that was that special sauce.
I never had one of them hamburgers, bro. We were Miss Silla, man. I still look at that. Anybody that used to buy ice cream from Miss Silla, man.
Let me tell you something. It had that roach residue
anything
right on the top.
That what?
You immune. She used to take that spoon.
Nah,
she used to take that spoon, bro. Scoop your ice cream up, drop it in there.
Man.
Hey, put it in her mouth, lick it, and put it back in that dirty white, dirty
Roger. I
still remember that, bro.
Hey, Roger, but that ain't the worst part. In that same container where she put the spoon, you'll see little roaches floating at the top of it.
Oh Lord, I ain't never get ice cream, bro.
I still ate it too, did you?
Hey, no, I had the Cool Pops. I used to kill the Cool Pops, the Debbie snacks, and what else she had on them bag of chips. 50 Cent, bro. Do you know what 50 Cent could get you over?
Oh, you was balling back then,
bro. You get sick of it.
You can get that, but Sister Timmer changed the game, boy. You can get you a hot dog, hamburger, and you get all with $1 food stamp. And see, that's why I hate when they took them food stamps away, them dollar food stamps, and went to that card because you can go.
They be balling in the hood, huh?
Ooh, boy, let me tell you something, boy. Your mama ain't got, my mama them and all them like to gamble and stuff like that. So they'll give us some money and tell y'all go to Sister Tim and buy you a meal. We ain't had to go to Dairy Queen and Hardee's. We went to Sister Tillman and you ate for the whole weekend: pig feet, pickles, a hamburger, hot dogs, cookies, and drinks.
That don't exist no more.
Michael, did you ever go to? You probably won. You probably
nah. We had two candy ladies, but it was they was fair. Y'all was gone by then. But Mikhail, who was the people we used to go to? They was right down the street from us too.
We came up. We
had
why you think about who y'all
go to? But the best Cool Pops in town, hands down, was Miss Anna Laura.
That's who we used to go to. Yeah, that was our candy.
Hey, bro,
pineapple Cool Pops. I want one. I want. Nobody can. Not that fake pineapple. She used real pineapple juice.
That was who we used to go to.
Real pineapple
juice.
We had
I was grown before I knew her name was Anna Laura. I used to call her Miss Anna Laura.
Anna Laura. That's what we call Anna Laura. That's why I say Miss Anna Laura, aka Miss Anna Laura.
Yeah,
okay. I was like, I thought it was
Anna Law House on Green Street.
Yeah, she was on Green Street.
But she was in by Miss Sue at one point across from Alden. That's where I remember first getting them from.
Yeah, Miss Sue. Nobody compete with Miss Anna Law. Miss Anna Law had
Miss Anna Law stayed right beside Miss Sue.
Yeah,
before
she moved in the brick house. You're right. Before she moved in the brick house, she did stay right there.
Family was loyal people for Miss Silla.
So you ate all them favorite roaches too.
We ain't know nothing about all that other stuff y'all talking about, man.
Hey, you got Miss Anna Law used to have the half and half. You remember those, Evan?
Man, that was Roger's generation.
That ate half and half.
Let me tell you something. That was the best Cool Pops, boy. I would go all the way up to high school before I left to go to college. I'd be over there buying me a few pineapple Cool Pops.
Oh yeah, for 25
Yeah,
cents.
now Miss Anlaw was
No, she went up
that
now.
was
Wasn't
our
no
lady.
25 cents no more. I think it got up to like $1, man.
Oh, for real? Oh,
Heck
hey, you
yeah.
talk about inflation.
Them football wasn't no quarter no more.
Hey,
They went from quarter to 50 cents.
Nah, yeah. By the time I came along, we couldn't get nothing for a quarter. It was $1.
Absolutely.
Man, she used to
Inflation.
sell them
You
to
got to
for a
think.
quarter.
Hey, so Glenville ain't got no candy lady now?
Nah, we just got the ice cream truck that sell everything.
Y'all got
out
ice
there.
cream truck? Who run the ice cream truck?
Kobe, Sharp.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He be selling crabs, ice cream.
I think the
everything.
last one of
you
the
got
last
ice cream truck selling
peanuts.
Peanut.
Hey,
Newport.
don't call it no ice cream truck. Call it an all-purpose truck. Hey. Call it the food court truck. Don't call it no ice cream truck, bro.
He got ice cream
Hey,
on
you
there
probably
too.
got Pepto Bismol on there. All that on there.
Look, he got the corner store. He got the corner store on wheels.
Hey, y'all say the ice cream truck selling crabs, peanuts,
Crabs,
Come on,
peanuts with crab. He got peanuts with crab, sausage, corn, all that.
He
in
be
there, boy.
doing
He
blue
selling
crabs
all.
out the ice cream truck.
Oh, God. Hey, just
One
an
stop
all-purpose
shop.
truck.
Hey, I buy from it.
Got the swap shop on wheels.
Yeah, it be good too.
Yeah, boy, them were the days, boy. You had all them candy ladies over there. I can't. And you know something I used to eat. I used to love to
Turkey
eat
necks
those,
too.
Who the
Hey,
hell
Yeah,
selling
he do
turkey necks out
turkey
of the
neck.
ice cream truck?
He do turkey neck boiled peanuts.
Out of the ice cream truck? Come on, bro.
Yeah, out the ice cream truck. It's good. It's good
Hey,
too.
now tell me, what's the song that he's playing?
All kind of songs. He might be right about playing Rubber
hey, he
Band
might
Man
have gone.
one
He need to
day.
go to that Young Miami, boy.
Well,
Right?
You playing Young Miami too, right?
I don't know. He might play that when he go to Claxton because he was going to Claxton, Vidalia, then he come back to Glenville.
Oh my God.
So he be all
Hey.
over the place in the ice cream truck.
Y'all got an ice cream truck selling everything from goddamn
Oh my
I mean, it's some ice cream on there, but he got crab, blue crabs, boiled
Hey,
peanuts.
Slick, what was that Master P movie with Anthony Johnson in it?
I got
They had like the little flea
I got the hookup.
I got the hookup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, next time I come to Glenville, y'all got to make sure I see this cat.
Hey, and let me tell you how good it is. You know how sometimes you have to wait for the ice cream truck to roll by before you. Nah, I just call him. Hey, bring the ice cream truck over here.
Oh, he delivered. He like Walmart.
Yeah. Hey,
He Uber on wheels.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
Well, y'all,
Oh my God.
y'all be around there crying about being in South Georgia. Y'all got Uber Eats, ice cream / crab truck /
Turkey necks.
office / Southern food / Do we even sell? Do we sell ice cream?
He said,
Yeah, some ice cream on there.
That's probably the item on the list.
Man,
Hey,
the ice cream. Look, the
sandwich.
ice cream signs faded. You know how the ice cream stickers, they all faded. Nobody get ice cream out that truck.
Hey, he
Bring
probably
the
ain't got
boy
nothing
peanut.
but ice cream sandwich in there. All that stuff he ain't got, but them old cheap ice cream sandwiches in there. I bet.
He got ice cream
he getting his
sandwiches.
hustle
I think he got
on, man.
ice cream sandwiches. He got
I got
he got
to
some
see
of
old blood,
the, he got some of the those popular things on there.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
he got
need
all the
if
stuff.
anybody's out there listening, tell them we need him on the corner store for an interview so we can get him some more exposure.
He
Yes,
gonna
sir.
do
Bring
it
him
from
on
the
the
ice cream
show.
truck. He gonna do it from the ice cream
from the
truck.
ice cream truck.
Hey,
We can get pretty
and
smart out there and do the
Reba-
interview with him.
Does Reba say what is the phone number? What phone number? Shit.
I gotta look it up. It's on Facebook. I call him. I call him, but hey, he don't even ask who I am no more. He just answered like, yeah, I'll be there in a little bit.
Oh, hey, Michael, you on the
I'm a regular.
you a regular.
Oh man, that's
He
hilarious.
come through
bro.
one stop shop.
You tipping
Yeah,
that
man,
man?
Huh?
Michael, you tipping that man? He got to come all out the way.
It ain't out the way. We all live in it's like
Staying with
a
the brand, don't he?
yeah. That ain't out the way.
I
He come to
think
town
Kobe's there in
anyway.
Reedsville.
No. He's staying White Pine. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, we definitely want to get him on the show. We had Naomi's Lighthouse. what's the other one in Collins? I see they're getting a lot of plug too. We want to
Sweet
get them on the
Pea.
show.
Sweet
Pea.
good too.
That girl,
Yolanda,
we went
yeah.
to school with her. I went to school with her. She's younger than me, but I
Hey,
think
we need to go. We need to make a dinner date, man. Go to Nat. What her name? Natalie's.
Naomi's.
Naomi. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go on a Friday when she got them crab legs.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
let's schedule that one time, man, and we all show up. I think that'd be.
Let's look at the calendar. I know we wanted to come home and do a podcast, but the 25th, I don't know if that's gonna be doable. No.
Yeah, but where we gonna do podcast at, man? Hey, we can't afford Glenville.
Yeah. Oh, they expensive down there.
Go under the light on Green Street in MLK.
Yeah, we can do it on the green thing. We can do it on the green thing. Do it on the green.
Get on the
thing.
green thing.
That'll work.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that'll be cool. Just outside.
It's outside.
Have to set all the lighting and stuff up.
On the green thing.
Meet me at the green thing.
Oh man, that would be lit. To go on the green thing and have a whole podcast sitting on the green thing.
Now y'all got to bring your own lawn chairs now.
Yeah. I'm old, bro. I got to have somewhere to sit.
Yeah. But man, thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Corner Store Podcast. We're missing Pretty Smart tonight. They are getting off the road and recuperating. But if you ladies are watching,
hey,
yeah,
they gotta go see
you ladies
HR.
are watching. Roderick is sending y'all to HR first thing in the morning. Check y'all excuses on why y'all are not here.
Better have a sick. So, hey, what they call them, sick leave? What's that
PTO?
FMLA. No, that's a long term.
Hey, that return to work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but man, thank y'all for always supporting the page. We'll continue to keep it engaged, enlightened, and keep you guys informed. Let's keep the momentum going into the fall because this is a big election year. Definitely want to get Micah in there. Before we go, Mike, anything you want to say regarding House District 157?
Yeah, man, I just want to shout out to all the voters, the small businesses, the farmers. This is who we doing it for, man. It's not just about me. It's not just about one group of people. It's about all of us, and it's going to take all of us to win, and it's going to take all of us to make an impact. So I just want to shout out to everybody in House District 157 and definitely everybody who's been supporting me so far. Let's keep the momentum going, and let's keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, good stuff. And Slick, you didn't have a what were they thinking tonight, did you?
Well, it's not really a what were you thinking. It's just a thought process for everybody. So, Indy Irie, which is a very popular entertainer,
one of my favorite. Watch it. Slow your roll now.
She was very outspoken about Young Miami's song, how it was, in the short version, the song is doing damage to, let's say, our young youth or our Black community. I look at it as entertainment. If you are the type of person that was gonna go and steal and do some fraud because you heard Young Miami, you probably was gonna do that anyway. So I don't think that's a good. I don't see the argument. It's entertainment.
Well, I'm one of Indy Irie's biggest fans, and I don't think she was like coming down hard on. She was just, it's basically where we are as a society today. And I joke around. I was joking around with the song tonight, but at the same time, we do have to take inventory about the messages we are putting out there, especially for our community. Some people can look at this as entertainment, but at the same time, we know for some sectors of our community, it can be very detrimental because it can perpetuate a ignorant view of life and give the green light to some, I think, detrimental behaviors within our community. And so I just said we have a responsibility. I said you don't see other communities advancing music in that way that promotes illegal activity and illegal behavior. And I just feel like we have to be very mindful of that when we putting up. And there's certain responsibility.
I was gonna say all that Led Zeppelin and Metallica.
Yeah, they do.
Man, all that.
Yeah. We the only one.
AC/DC, all that stuff.
We the only one.
Yeah, I hear you, but it's different for us. Y'all know it is different.
It's different for me.
Our kids look at a lot of this music as a way of life and not entertainment. And there's a lot of kids out here on drugs because of songs.
I was gonna say that
making it very popular to take Molly's and Percocets and things like that.
I think ours is more polarizing.
Hey, like what's that one kid that said he was a goon from Florida?
Kodak Black.
So Kodak Black told you that he knew this pill was fake, but he gonna take it anyway because he's a goon. And you gonna follow him? And you need to take a hand. You need to take a hand.
I'm up a little though, bro.
Roger, as somebody,
a lot of people will.
Roger, we're talking the same individuals. Like you and I and everybody on this podcast can listen to that stuff, and it may be catchy. You may sing it a little bit, joke around. But in these high schools, these kids look at this stuff as a way of life. It sanctions bad behavior, and these kids begin to think that that's okay, because of how we see entertainment in our community. And a lot of these kids think that that's the way out. These folks made it, so I can do that. It's a form of peer pressure in many sectors of our community. And so I get it, I hear it, but for the vast majority of our kids, a lot of those kids live up to that stuff they hear in this music. And you become what you listen to constantly. If you can listen to garbage, you're going to put out garbage. And I don't care who you are.
Music has power. Music has power.
Trick Daddy my whole life. I ain't
still listening to Trick Daddy.
You are an exception.
That's why you got a bald head like him now.
We've listened to some stuff. We've listened to some stuff over the course of the years, but at the same time, these generations are different. These generations are different, Roderick.
They represent like me.
And it's a lot of undiagnosed autism out walking around the hallways of schools, especially in our community, that don't really know how to break down reality from entertainment.
If you ask these kids cannot even dissect lyrics.
Hey, I be so depressed when I get off this podcast, man, because I just don't see no positive stuff for my community the way y'all do. We either got autism. We can't tell the difference between entertainment and real life. We don't know how to manage our money.
Bro, it goes back to one of the top. We got to critique our community. That don't mean
we got crab legs on the ice cream truck, though.
Hey, can't even have a regular ice cream truck, bro. We got to do everything. We got to have Walmart on wheels. Come on, man.
We got turkey neck.
We got to be mindful, and we can't do certain things that other communities do. I mean, we got a lot of harm and trauma in our community that we haven't even healed from, and it's too much, man. And I think for us to continue to allow this to happen in our community, we're gonna see ourselves continue to take steps back. That these kids think it's okay to do this type of stuff. It's like no standard. Like just think about it. Even when we listened to that type of music back in the day, you had to wait to midnight after hours to listen to music like this. This stuff is mainstream now. It wasn't mainstream with us like that. You probably listened to Luke on your own and bought the tape on your own, but you didn't see it until after hours, or they didn't broadcast him in mainstream media. This stuff is mainstream now.
I had it in that Thunderbird.
Yeah, I was special. Hey, I used to stop by every Friday and get the top 10 from the little. You remember the little radio
record store right in front of Larry's.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you had to listen to that stuff. Of course, they weren't playing on MTV. BET didn't play it till After Dark. That's when Nelly got in trouble. You remember After Dark swiping that credit card? Where
y'all wild, bro.
But that happened after hours.
Yeah, it's mainstream now. But who owns those companies?
The folks that don't mind being out.
Work on that trade. You heard me? Go ahead and work on my trade, man. Y'all got to trade me out my community, bro.
Who we gonna trade?
No, we need you still in there, man.
You're
work in progress.
Who we gonna trade you for?
I ain't never
Oh, no.
traded places.
Hey, right now y'all can't be picky, man. Y'all got what you say, autism. You got what y'all say? Come on, fella. God,
it depends on what we get back for you, bro. We can't do you like Paul George or how Jaylen Brown got traded.
Right. Yeah, I can't. We can't pull that kind of trade.
Yeah, we got to get something good.
We gotta get something back good for you, bro.
Oh, wow,
yeah, we got to get some quality.
All right,
we
man.
need
Let
some
me
quality.
get out this name, man.
Yeah, but man, thank y'all again for tuning in to the Corner Store Podcast. Young men and young women from Glenville, Georgia, letting you in on our group chat. And Roderick will be here on the next episode, so don't worry about him going nowhere. Peace and love until next time.
Hey, we should have a white dude sitting in that spot before we bring Roderick on.
Yeah.